Yes.
Is this fake? You know, a lot of people like to act like they're cops.
Federal agent.
Oh, right. Where's the ID? Let's check the ID. Do me a favor.
Federal agent.
Okay.
So
Howdy.
Roll it down all the way, man.
Why is that?
Roll it down all the way so I can talk to you better.
We can talk, right? I mean,
Roll it down all the way. I'm asking you and telling you.
what law is that?
Why are you starting this, man?
Well, you're telling me to roll my window. We can talk, right?
Yeah, roll it down more
But why?
so I can talk to you better, man. I'm not gonna talk to you through a crack.
Why you to stop it? Oh, let's do this. All right. Good luck proving that one. You have a good day. And thank you very much. Yep. Fucking asshole.
Professional.
I am being professional.
All right.
It's that you are
I don't need to be professional, buddy. It's not my job to be a police officer. I'm a private citizen.
So, CRI. Thank you very much.
A cocky officer pulls over a black man for swerving, but what starts as an aggressive stop turns into total embarrassment. The officer mocks, threatens, and even searches him like a criminal, until the man calmly reveals he's a federal agent. The energy flips instantly. Watch this arrogant cop try to backpedal as fast as he can. You don't want to miss how this ends.
Open the window for me all the way, please. Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Can you do me a favor? Open all the windows.
what?
Open all the windows.
Why do you want to open up the window?
I need you to open all the windows for me right now. Anybody else in this vehicle?
Oh, there's nobody else in the vehicle, but you get out and let me know.
Okay.
I'm recording.
All right. You know why I'm pulling you over right now?
No, why?
Okay, I'm pulling you over because I saw you. I was driving behind you. I don't know if you noticed. You were swerving. You didn't indicate your turn signal. Okay, you can record all you want. I mean, I don't know what you're doing there. What you're looking up. You're looking up. You little weirdo.
Listen, I'm there right now, making sure.
Do me a favor. Open up all the windows. Blah blah. Let's go.
I'm gonna open up all the windows for you.
Sir.
But
Why
yeah,
are you
just-
making this difficult?
So, tell me again why you.
You want me to make your life difficult?
So tell me-
Because I love making people's lives difficult.
Really?
There you go. I just did that. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Okay. So, now, license, registration, proof of insurance.
You gonna need
Can
to
you
tell me
get
why
off your phone?
Listen,
Your little TikTok thing?
Listen, can you tell me why you put me on?
I just did. Are you
Matter
deaf?
of fact, can you call your supervisor?
Are you deaf?
Can you call your supervisor?
Oh, there's no supervisor.
There's no supervisor.
No, there is no supervisor. I'm the most senior officer on the road right now.
All right, listen.
So,
I'll tell you what
I would be said supervisor.
I'm gonna let you listen to my music.
Okay, so that's how we're going to play. All right, step out of the vehicle for me. Step out of the vehicle for me.
Listen.
Okay, put the phone down.
Listen.
Hold on. Actually, you know what? Do you have any weapons on you? Do you have anything you're not supposed to have on you in the car?
Listen.
Do you have anything you're not supposed to have on you in the car, sir? You're gonna make this. You're gonna make this difficult.
Can I step out the vehicle?
Can you
then?
just
listen?
answer the question first?
I'll step out the
Keep
vehicle
your hands
for you.
on the wheel.
I'll step out the
Listen
vehicle
to me.
for you.
Follow my directions, and this can go very easy.
Listen, sir.
Listen,
Do you want me to get
sir.
out the car or you don't?
I want you to follow my directions like you just did, like a good boy.
I'm
All right?
I'll follow your directions.
Okay.
Now, did you want
Do
me
you
to get out
have
the car or
any
you don't?
weapons or anything you shouldn't have in a vehicle or on your person at this moment?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Do you have a firearm on you? Do you have a license to carry a firearm if you do?
Are we in Florida? Even if I
Sir,
did have a license on me, you
answer
don't
my
even
question.
need
What is this back
to
and
have what
forth?
you're talking
Okay,
about.
get out of the vehicle. Okay.
All right, listen.
Hands over here.
I got a gun
Hands over
right here on my side.
Okay, put your hands up there.
I got a gun on my side.
Okay.
Can you do me a favor?
226, I'm gonna have it totally mailed.
Listen,
No,
look at my shirt.
Rush
Listen,
that back up.
while you searching me,
Spread your feet out.
while you searching
feet
me,
out.
sir,
Put your feet out.
while you searching me,
Where's the gun?
could you please,
Where's the gun?
On my
Where's the
right, right here.
Okay.
On my right
For,
hand.
for my safety and your safety, we're gonna do this today, okay?
Hey, but make sure when you do that, while you searching me,
You got big muscles, huh?
my gun
Where
is
is
right
it?
on my chest.
Oh, wow. Oh, on your chest, huh? So we're lying today. Are you a gangbanger? Is that what you're doing here? You're selling drugs?
It's me?
Oh,
No.
okay.
Okay,
Don't
I'm
move.
sitting in the parking lot.
Don't move. You have a license to carry this?
We're in Florida, right?
But, do you have a fire?
I sure enough do.
Okay.
You know what?
It's called a, hey buddy,
It's around my neck.
it's called a concealed carry permit.
Listen, my license is around my neck.
Oh,
I carry it around my neck.
okay. Well, first let's see what else you got. See, you're lying a bit. Hey, didn't I spread your feet apart? Spread your feet apart, huh? fucking scary. Oh shit.
This is what we're doing?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Listen, can you make sure you get my
What is this?
can you make sure you get my license to carry? My license to carry is on my chest.
Is this fake? You know, a lot of people like to act like they're cops.
Federal agent.
Oh, right. Where's the ID? Let's check the ID. Do me a favor.
Federal agent.
Okay.
So now my badge don't even make a
Lean
difference.
against the car. Lean against the car. Lean against the car. So you're a cop. So why wouldn't you tell me?
It seemed like you fraudulently pulled me over.
You been drinking today?
Drinking? Sir, we don't drink.
I smell alcohol emanating from the vehicle.
Actually, we're doing an investigation on
Okay.
and just what? You just happened to pass.
216. Status of that backup.
You just happened to pass.
Okay.
So when your sergeant gets here and he realizes what's going on right now,
What's going on is that I stopped.
And stopped the badge don't make
Why
a
are you
difference.
yelling? Where's the? Okay. So I found your ID.
Because here I have a cop
why are
who's
you
doing
being
some
difficult
things
today?
that's wrong. Tell me why, as a police
Why are you
officer,
shouting?
tell me why another police officer in handcuffs.
You didn't identify
Over a
yourself.
swerve?
You didn't identify yourself as a police officer. You were swerving. You didn't indicate your turn signal.
Once again, sir, you didn't call your sergeant here neither.
There's
So
no
there's the
sergeant.
things that we supposed to do here, right?
Okay. All right. Let me get these off of you, buddy. I don't know why you're being like this. I don't know why you're being like this.
I don't know
I mean, hey,
what y'all got going on here.
what y'all got going on?
I'll tell you what.
You know, you
We
could
as
just.
agents, we're gonna figure it out. You know, we don't
professional
like city cops. You know that,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah, we don't like
The
federal
agents,
cops either.
agents don't like city cops.
We're alphabet
we don't
cops.
consider ourselves cops.
What are you, a pencil pusher? Man? Come on. Listen,
I
you could
will
have
put
just.
the pencil
I
on
pulled
you.
over. You could have just identified yourself as police officer, and this would have been done.
Do it the way
I would have
you
said.
pull me over.
Of course there was.
When I showed you my badge and you grabbed my badge, you still didn't believe it was real.
Because people impersonate officers all the time.
Okay.
Do they not?
When I see a
They don't-
sergeant,
they don't
I'll make
teach
sure.
you-
When I see your sergeant, we'll make sure.
Well, we don't have to go that far. Okay.
No, we won't. We'll go farther than that.
Oh, okay.
We'll make sure we talk to them. We'll make sure we do a lot of things on this. And I'm pretty sure you probably have other offenses against you. But you have a nice day. And I continue on having mine.
Listen.
I appreciate you, sir.
Listen.
Sir, I appreciate you.
You have a good day,
Thank you much.
Captain. See, you can cancel that back up.
A driver refuses to roll his window all the way down, and it infuriates the cops. What starts as a routine stop spirals fast. Shouting, door yanking, and threats over a half-open window. But this driver, he's calm, knows his rights, and records everything. Even when the officer tries to claim it's a lawful order, the driver pushes back. Turns out, it's not. Things get even messier when the cop smells marijuana out of nowhere, and suddenly there's a full-blown vehicle search. Through it all, the driver stands his ground legally and respectfully. Want to know how it ends? And what you should do in this exact situation? Watch to the end. You might just learn how to protect yourself.
Is your door open? No, it's not.
You need to do that for me right now.
Are you pulling me out the car?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. You should have said that in the first place. You talking to me like I'm fucking you. First off, I don't believe you smoked any marijuana in that car. So my car's thing, I'm a grown man with grown man going through my shit. I don't like the way that man's talking to me, and that's my problem.
Every reaction has a reaction, man. You're being tense. You're being a little deceptive.
I'm being
There's
sensitive. I'm being
there's odor of marijuana in your vehicle, okay? So because of your behavior, that's why he's stepping it up a little bit.
Okay, you're stepping it up. Check
You're
this
making
out.
him feel uncomfortable.
What am I doing illegal? I'm making him feel uncomfortable.
You're not doing.
I got 3 men with guns in my face, and I'm making you feel uncomfortable. Nah, well, when you weren't there with the way they approached my car. So that's what set the tone for me.
This is my first interaction with you.
That's cool. That's cool. But it's your first interaction after a reaction with your man. So it is what it is. I'm pissed off. It is what it is. I understand you're being real respectful. My man, you're being real respectful and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't done nothing illegal since his whole stop.
Well,
so I don't care if he feels a certain way and he's stepping it up. I haven't done nothing illegal. I don't answer questions. That's my right. I didn't roll my window down. It's my right. And that's how
marijuana is not illegal. It's decriminalized in Maryland. I know you got Virginia tags. That's what I was asking. Where are you from?
It ain't nothing illegal in my car. I told you that.
I don't want to answer questions. I'm going to explain to you what's going on. Okay. So in Maryland, marijuana is decriminalized. Anything under 10 grams is considered a civil citation. Anything over 10 is criminal. I'm very aware. You have odor of marijuana in your vehicle, so he's going to find out. And that's why I asked, is there anything else in the car that we need to know about? But you told me you didn't want to answer questions.
If I was,
So based on the order, he's going to search the car.
all
I'm
right,
going to pat you down.
let me ask you a question. If I were to answer your question,
It makes it a lot easier.
no, you would have still searched my car. That's bullshit.
Yeah, regardless.
So what do I? You said so. If I didn't answer the question, so you're searching the car. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You guys gonna do this anyway. I'm gonna make you do your job. It's just that simple. I'm not answering any questions, and that's fine. I appreciate you being very professional while you're dealing with me.
Look,
But other than that, the way he acting, I'm set off. So he stepped it up. I'm gonna step it up. It's just that simple. I refuse to have somebody, a dude with a gun and a bulletproof vest on, talk about he fearing for his safety. That's bullshit. I don't want to hear that dumb shit. I ain't with that. Ridiculous. He fears for my. Oh man.
you do, man. You can lean up on it. You want that some.
No, I'm all right. I'm fine. It's a nice day. It's about 54 degrees. I'm just gonna record and do what I want.
Stand right
Listen,
here.
I will stop pushing. Stop pushing.
All right, we're staying right here, bud. I don't
You
want.
telling me to stand in the
I
street.
do
You don't
not-
want me at his window.
look,
I'm there at his window.
Look, I've been
Lock me up
I've
if
been-
it's illegal.
I've been respectful with you. I'm asking you
And
to
until
stand
you
right
just push me in, right?
here.
Yell
Because you're
at
not
me.
listening.
What am I doing? That's a problem. Standing in the fucking grass. You can't even justify
You're not
telling me to stand on the
You're
street.
not gonna come up.
I'm not going to stand here. I'm gonna stand back from this window.
Stand right here.
I'm
Right
the
here,
fuck
bud.
out of here, yo. Can't impede my right to record. That's simple as that. I'm not.
Your attitude is gonna get this reaction.
My attitude
Yes,
is
sir.
going to get this reaction. You're going to get my reaction every time people talk to me like that. My attitude is not against the law. Now, you've been respectful this whole
Yeah,
time.
I
Why don't you
haven't.
keep it professional
Right.
and stop trying to impede my right to
And why
record?
don't you keep it professional?
I'm
Stop
not
doing what
fucking
you're doing.
professional. I'm a fucking citizen. I don't have no way to conduct myself when you pull me over and push me into the street.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
I
saying it's
actually
off of the
want
street.
you all up on the
You cannot
window recording.
justify why the fuck I need to stand in the street
Officer,
and not
it's off-
stand by his window.
But it's officer safety.
It's officer safety.
want you
Well,
up on the
I
window.
perfectly stepped back, and now I'm stepping back even further, and now you're just impeding my right to record. So what
Yes,
good
you're
reason do
doing-
you
you're
have?
doing whatever
What
you
good
want.
reason do
Get
you
back
have?
here.
What good reason do you have for me to move away from this window and record this officer
I just
for
told
his
you,
safety?
Yes, for his
While you sitting here with a gun and badge, taser, gun and badge. That's bullshit.
Look,
You and I both
I'm
know
trying
it.
to stir up certain emotions.
I'm not trying to stir up any emotions. I'm trying to record this officer like I was doing, and you're trying to stop me. That's what's happening.
You're angry about other things, but you're not letting us know.
What's the difference between him right here? I could see when I was by his window. He told me to step in front of the window.
You're reaching and touching. That's what he's saying.
Okay, well now I can't. So what's the reason for telling me to move? Right? Simple as that. About doing your job and not controlling people. Controlling people. Okay. Well, I'm not in danger. Not in the street. You're not in danger. Where I was standing at, you can't justify that. Simple as that. It's not going to be do what I say or this. You already told me searching my car because I wouldn't answer questions. Fuck out of here, man. We're going all around. Okay. Well, you searched the car and you didn't find weed. So what? So what then?
So now he's just bringing the ticket.
Okay. Cool. And now I'm sitting here recording, and my right and record is being impeded. I am recording.
Right.
I'm recording everything.
So what's being impeded?
I was recording that. You want? We can act like you're gonna say I was inside the window.
I mean, you were very close.
I was very close. Okay, and I stepped back, and that wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. Then I stepped back some more, and that ain't good enough because now you're standing in front of the window. I was recording, so so here we go. So I don't know. I'm not being professional. I don't have to be professional, bro. I just got pulled over, and I really don't know why.
You almost crashed. That's why.
I almost crashed
You
because
know,
I fishtailed.
yeah.
Because I fishtailed.
You were all over the place.
You right?
That's for the conditions.
Hey, I didn't
You
tell.
hit the white line.
I didn't tell.
You
Look,
were.
I didn't hear this until just now. That's
Huh?
what. That was my question.
You know why?
Cool.
You know why?
I do appreciate y'all for maintaining a level of professionalism. Except for you when you impeded my right to record. I don't play with my rights. Just like it's my right to roll my window up, keep my window up.
And you know, respect is mutual, right?
Respect the have I disrespected you?
Yes, you have.
In what way? Please tell me so I can make sure it doesn't happen again. My whole demeanor is disrespectful.
Yeah, when you go back and review your GoPro video, you'll see what.
You're gonna be able to recruit it too. Disrespect is a widely overused word.
No, it's not. It's very simple.
Okay. Disrespectful. It's disrespectful, but I don't listen to what you tell me to do. That's not disrespectful. I just didn't want to listen. It's disrespectful for you to push and yell at somebody, though. That's what you did. That's what you did. That's what you did. I'm not going to listen to any order that's unlawful. Simple as that. You took an oath to uphold the Constitution. You should respect that. But you find it disrespectful, as you said. That's terrible. It's all good. It's not your fault. You weren't well educated. What you got for me? And what's your name? LeBay. LeBay? That's cute.
581.
What you got?
Here you go. It's your copy. Do you want to take it or not?
Stop.
Do you want to take this?
Can you hold it still so I can read it? Because you ain't explaining to me, which is the professional way to do it. That's protocol. Tell you to stop that. Oh, let's do this. All right.
Yep.
Good luck
Have a
proving
nice
that
day.
one. You have a good day. And fuck you very much.
Yep.
A calm but intense roadside standoff unfolds when an Arkansas trooper demands a driver roll down his window all the way. The driver, who goes by Mr. Transparency, politely refuses and stands firm on his rights. The cop pushes again and again, trying to get him to admit speeding or lower his guard. But Mr. Transparency knows the law and uses the Fifth Amendment like a shield. No yelling, no drama. Just a masterclass in handling a traffic stop without giving up your rights. Watch how one man's quiet confidence turns a routine stop into a lesson for us all.
What's the reason for stopping me?
First off, okay, I'm Trooper Jackson Little with the Arkansas State Police, okay?
I appreciate that.
The reason I'm pulling you over is speeding. You know how fast you're going?
I do.
How fast are you going?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay, I got you going 87 in the 65, man. That's a little quick.
I got this dash cam here.
Yeah.
And it records my speed.
Okay, how fast does it say you're going?
I'm not going to answer that question, but
okay.
I know it wasn't that. This is registration,
how fast
insurance.
Do you think you were going, at least?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
I'm really not trying to be difficult with you, sir.
So what's the deal then?
Well, what deal?
Why are you just being so defensive and argumentative?
With what?
Everything I'm saying.
Well, I don't believe.
I'm not being cooperative by rolling the window down. It's not a huge deal. I'd like to talk to you better. You know, instead of
I think that we're talking fine, though, aren't we?
We were, but It's not.
Well, hold on. Let's start over.
We're not going to argue.
I don't want to argue with you, but let's start over.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
My name's James. You have my
nice
ID
to meet
here.
You, man.
And I just don't. The reason for the window, I'm not trying to be defensive or argumentative or anything.
Yeah.
I just don't like to have it all the way down.
Why is that?
I just don't.
Why is that, man?
I just don't.
Okay. Everyone's different, I guess.
Everyone is a little different, yeah. You like it down, I don't,
Okay. Everything looks good here. So you don't think you were speeding?
I don't want to answer any questions regarding that.
Why not?
It's
not a huge deal, man. It's just speeding.
I get it, and I don't think it's a huge deal to not.
Something, if you don't think you're going that fast, something could be wrong with your car or something, man. You never know that.
It's 2021.
Rude, nothing like that, man.
I'm not trying to be rude either.
I know you're being nice now, so I appreciate that.
Well, I feel like I've been nice.
Yeah, it's the deal is, man. We go, if you give us signs by not being cooperative by the little things.
We're not cooperating?
Just listen. Let me talk, okay?
Sure.
Okay. Those little things can mean a lot sometimes, man. For all you know, you could be trying to hide something, anything like that. So those are just little clues. I'm not saying you are. Not accusing
you of anything. Well, we're just operating within the bounds of the law right now, aren't we?
Say?
Are we just operating within the bounds of the law right now?
We are.
But
those are just little clues, man. I mean, it's kind of weird when you don't want to roll your window down on the way. It's just a little weird, man.
It's a little weird that you're just demanding I do something. You said that you're not asking, you're telling me, and you don't have the legal grounds to tell me to roll my window all the way down. That's the only thing. That was a lie.
A lie?
Yeah.
It's not a lie.
Do I have to roll my window down?
I can make a bigger deal out of that. I'm not going to, though.
Do I have to roll my window down all the way? Is that a law?
Do what I asked, man.
Is that a law?
And if you think that's violating whatever, we can take it to court.
We can take that one to court. That is not a law that I have to have my window all the way down.
Like that. But like I said, it's speeding, man. It's not a huge deal.
And I understand that, and that's why I feel like we got off on the wrong foot, because you were telling me to do something that I don't have to do.
I can tell you to do whatever I want. If you think it's violating,
you can tell me to do whatever you want.
If you think it's a violation of whatever thing you're talking about, we can take it.
Well, I don't think you violated anything right now.
Okay. Yeah. Good deal.
No, I I think we have a disagreement on what the law says on the window.
What's the deal, man? Honestly, like what?
Well, there's zero deal.
Okay, so just what?
You've got me stopped.
Yeah.
You're accusing me of speeding, you say?
Yeah.
I've handed you my documents. I'm doing everything I'm legally required to do. I don't understand why you think I have a deal.
I just don't. Why can't you just really like what's so hard about just click?
Well, what's wrong with you said that so we can talk, but we're talking right now. So
there's nothing
what
wrong
other
with it,
reason
man.
is there?
I'm just curious, honestly, why you can't just roll it down all the way.
I
don't know why don't
I'm
you
just
like
curious of why you're so stuck on it.
it just blows my mind. Like, why can't you just roll it down all the way, man? Like, what's?
It blows my mind that you can't let it go. I thought we moved past this.
It's just a little funny to me, man. I'm behind the whole cop thing. I'm just kind of curious why you won't do it.
I just don't think that I am legally obliged to do that.
Yeah, I'm saying beyond that, why don't you just want to? Like, what's the big deal? You see, like, are you afraid or what?
I like my window. Well, I think that, yeah, a man approaches my car with a gun and...
Yeah, I'm not here to hurt you or anything like that.
I fully believe that, you know, but I'm allowed to have my defenses up, right? Do you believe I'm going to hurt you?
No, I don't.
But you got your defenses up, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's just a natural
all the stuff
thing.
going on, I guess it's kind of natural.
Yeah. I have nothing against you as a person.
Yeah, but
I'm just...
You gotta think, man, not every cop's a bad cop, so I'm not here to hurt you like that, man.
And I'm fully on the side of the police.
Yeah.
But I
appreciate that.
Yeah, I have my ways I gotta do things.
Yeah. I was just saying, behind the whole cop thing, I was just kind of curious why you didn't want to, like, behind the whole, I'm the cop, you're the, violator, whatever, just kind of curious why you didn't want to roll it down, so.
Yeah, I just like it where it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
Sure.
Anyway, man, just hang tight here, okay?
Sure.
Put your stuff back, man. Here's what we're doing, okay?
All right.
Your record looked pretty dang good. I didn't see a speeding warning or ticket on there, okay?
Okay.
On you off with the warning, okay?
I really
know you don't think you're going that fast, but a radar said you were, but I'm not writing you a ticket.
That's what I was going to ask, is if you're on radar, because I'm not lying to you. I wasn't going that fast.
How fast? Since we're beyond that, how fast was it?
I really can't answer that question.
Well, I'm not writing you a ticket, man. It's a warning, so I'm just curious what it says.
I understand, but there's a formality that's got to take place there.
What do you mean formality?
My right to remain silent on things.
I'm not going to walk back there and rewrite a ticket, man. I can promise you that. I'm just curious. But yeah, man, what's your name again?
My name's James.
Okay, nice to meet you, man. I'm
You
Jackson.
too.
Nice to meet you.
You too. What was your badge number?
587.
587. Is any of that going to be on the...
Oh, let's see. It should be. Yeah, name's right there. Badge number's right there, okay?
Perfect, man.
But yeah, besides that, man, I know that you don't think you're speeding. My radar said you were, but just be careful, okay?
Absolutely. And you too, for sure.
I appreciate it, man. Like I said, not every cop's bad, man. We're here to keep people
I think
safe,
the majority of police are good.
Yeah.
You know, the saying goes, a few bad apples spoil the bunch.
Yeah.
And I think that's a bad...
A man legally parked on a public street is harassed by a neighbor who calls the cops just because he looked suspicious with a phone mount in his car. The officer shows up and pulls every trick in the book, accusing him of photographing people, being disorderly, even claiming he smelled something in the car, all without cause. But the driver knows his rights, records the whole thing, and refuses to back down. What happens next is a perfect example of why knowing your rights matters. Stick around, this one's wild.
His partner to arrive. A nearby resident approached his vehicle.
Hi, are you last?
Not at all.
Okay. Is there a reason you're sitting here?
It's public space.
Okay. We've had a lot of activity in the neighborhood.
There's a lot of activity in every neighborhood.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have a well-being check done, okay?
Perfect.
Yep.
The woman calls the cops. Why exactly, I'm unsure. Perhaps you can help me out with that in the comment section below. A few minutes pass and CM's fellow employee arrives.
Hey, the assist here is calling the police on me, so I'm just waiting for him to show up. Just go ahead and I'll be there in a second.
Shortly after, Officer Jansen of the North Branch Police Department arrives on scene.
Hello.
Howdy.
Is your driver's license proof insurance, please?
Is there any reason for it?
Yes.
What's the reason?
One of the neighbors in the
This neighbor right here.
neighborhood called in saying that you were taking photographs of her while she was out in her yard.
Taking photographs of her?
Yeah.
How would she know that?
Regardless of how she knew that, CM is on a public street, and even if he was taking photographs of her, it is legal, and there is no reason for CM to provide his papers.
How would you know I was taking photographs of
May I
you?
see your driver's license proof insurance, please?
Was it a crime to take photographs in a public area? It's not. It's not, actually.
Okay. it can be considered
Let's hear this.
intrusive and disorderly conduct.
So is it
to
intrusive
do that.
and disorderly conduct? Is it or isn't it?
It is not. In the state of Minnesota, disorderly conduct is defined as engaging in brawling or fighting, disturbing an assembly or meeting, or engaging in offensive, obscene, abusive, boisterous, or noisy conduct, or in an offensive, obscene, or abusive language tending reasonably to arouse alarm, anger, or resentment in others. CM was there to do a job. This woman made herself of interest by inserting herself into his world.
Do you suspect me of having committed a crime? Am I in the commission of a crime? Yes or no? That's simple.
That's what I'm trying to determine.
Well, no, I'm not. So you've determined
I
it
don't
now.
have to take that for your word for that.
So are you telling me I am unable, as a free citizen of the United States of America, to sit in a public area, public space, with my phone on my mount, which is where I prefer it to be? Doesn't mean it's taking pictures. That's just where phones go, on the mounts. You're not supposed to hold your phone in Minnesota?
That actually doesn't.
Well, I'm just getting ahead of time. It's safer, isn't it?
You actually had your phone.
Hey, I have a question. What street is this? Is this Oak Street? Hey, is 6186 Oak Street 4 houses down?
Could be.
I'm not asking you.
It very easily could be.
It
yes.
is, actually. I'll just confirm for everybody. It is, actually.
Okay. So, if you were going to 6186 Oak Street,
At
why not sit?
11 a.m. And no, I'm not going to sit right in front of their house. Because
So
this
sit
is
in front
public
of-
space. So I can sit anywhere along this street I please. Any day of the week I please. Any time of day I please.
And all I asked you was if you were lost.
And then you went and called the police on me after I said, no, I'm not lost. Thank you for your help.
This is an interesting phenomenon that bootlickers often fall victim to. The portrayal of the initial conversation is correct. She asked if he was lost. CM told her he wasn't, and she called armed men. Why? The world may never know.
Can I help you?
Sure.
What can I help you with?
What's your-
Actually, am
May
I being
see your work
detained?
order?
Am I being detained? No, you may not. That's private information. I'm not going to share with a random person. Am I being
I'm not a
detained?
random person.
Am I being detained? You are a random person. You
I
haven't
am
even
not.
identified yourself as a police officer. Appalling. That's appalling. Am I being detained now for the 15th time on camera? Yes or no?
Yes.
I'm being detained. What am I
Yes.
being detained for?
Investigation into a suspicious activity.
What's the suspicious activity? Sitting in a public space with my phone on my mount?
I don't
It's
know.
all on camera. Do you understand that? I'm going to go to your department and send them the video.
Okay. What have I done wrong?
You're illegally detaining me. You clown. Are you kidding me? What a joke. Do you see my partner down here as well filming? You clown. You are a joke. Go get a real job. Go get a real job. You rude human. Get away from me.
What have I done that's rude?
You're illegally detaining me. You just stated it on camera.
Yes, I am
Oh
detaining
my
you
Lord,
during the
you're
investigation
hilarious.
of a suspicious activity that was reported
All right.
to my
Well,
office.
is there a crime being committed? Has there been a
I
crime
don't know.
committed?
I have not been able to
What are you
determine
going to do
that
to
because
lead up
you're
with?
not
What are you going to
cooperating.
do to lead up with your investigation? What are you going to do?
That's why I'm trying to discuss this with you and determine what it is that you're doing in the area.
None
I
of
don't-
anybody's business because this is public property that I pay taxes for.
At this point, there is no legal ground for detainment. The officer admits several times that he doesn't know why he has detained CM, and that he is continuing to detain him because he won't give up his Fourth Amendment right by providing his papers and work order. CM has no obligation to prove anything to the officer.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're a resident of the city of North
I'm not
Branch?
saying anything to you. I don't need to answer your questions. I've committed no crimes. I am not in the commission
Then
of
I
a
don't
crime,
know
and
that you pay for
I don't
any of
believe
this road.
any. Okay. All right.
The officer implies that if CM doesn't live in the city of North Branch, that he doesn't know if he's paid for any of the road. Even if that were the case, does it mean that CM can't use the road unless he surrenders his Fourth Amendment rights? At this point, I'm having a hard time following the officer's logic.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, you're wasting your time.
The only person that's been rude has been you.
Great. I'm being harassed by 2 random people for sitting in a public place in my own state.
Okay. So, I'm not a random person.
You are to me.
Okay. And you're
You're
random
not a
person
cop
to me.
until I've committed a crime. Otherwise, you have no business talking to me, questioning
And I
me,
have no-
illegally detaining me on camera. Bet you regret that.
No, actually I don't.
Okay.
That's why I have not told you to shut off your camera, because I have done nothing
You cannot
wrong.
tell me to shut off my camera.
Exactly.
Why would you even bring up the fact that you haven't told me? Because you can't in the
Because
first place.
you brought it up
Whether
in the
I'm
first
committing
place,
a crime or
moron.
not, you cannot tell me to turn off my camera.
Exactly, I can't.
Is your camera on?
Yes.
Is it?
Unfortunately, I don't have my mic on me, but my camera is on.
What a joke. Good Lord.
Because I never expected any
Okay, well,
kind
I
of
have
issue.
a 11 o'clock appointment, so you have 8 minutes to do this, and then I'm going to my appointment because I am not detained unless you have a legitimate, lawful reason to detain me.
And I tried explaining that to you.
Okay,
that
well,
my
where's the
legitimate
investigation
legitimate-
at? Where's the investigation
I'm
at?
still trying to determine if what you're claiming is correct or what she's claiming
Doesn't
is
really
correct.
matter. I can
Yeah, it
take
does.
pictures of anybody's house from the public spot. You can't trespass my eyes, and you cannot stop me from taking any pictures of anything from a public spot.
That's correct.
So why are we here talking?
Because the reason this has gone on so long is because you won't cooperate.
I don't need to cooperate.
Okay.
I don't need to.
The officer agrees again that even if the lady's accusations are true, that it's perfectly legal, and that the only reason CM is still detained is because he won't surrender his 4th or 5th Amendment rights.
I would need to if I'd committed a crime, correct?
Well, if I knew that you
Or
had
if
committed
I
a crime, you would already
am I
be
being
pulled out.
suspected of committing a crime? That's a yes or no. Am I being suspected of committing a crime? Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
At this time, no.
Okay, then have a
Except-
nice day. Kick rocks. You're dismissed.
Other than I'm smelling an odor coming from your car.
Oh, here we go.
The officer's ego has certainly been bruised for him to now resort to one of the most egregious tactics used by law enforcement. An odor is purely subjective, but for some reason, officers are allowed to use the claim of an odor as objective fact. We can't prove that he can or can't smell an odor, and thus, we cannot prove whether or not this stop will continue because of contempt of cop. Let me know what you think the answer is.
Go get your puppy then, clown. You can be embarrassed for another 30 minutes on camera. This is going on YouTube. This is going on Facebook. What's your name and badge number?
Officer David Jansen, badge 518.
Thank you 40 minutes later. Thank you for identifying yourself, Officer
It hasn't been
Jansen.
40 minutes.
13 minutes, exactly. Thank
Okay.
you for identifying
Quite
yourself.
the difference between 13
All right.
and 40.
Thanks for the correction. Thank you for
So I'm
identifying
willing
yourself
to identify
13 minutes
myself.
later.
Why
I don't
are you
need to.
not?
I'm a private citizen.
So am
You
I.
are required to, actually. Don't get that twisted, buddy. You're a police officer.
Well, you said I was a random person.
I can say whatever I want. I'm
Okay.
a private citizen.
All right.
Are you going to go get your puppy, or are we going to waste more tax dollars
No,
on
I'm not.
camera?
I am not getting my puppy.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Okay?
So why are you still here, then?
Because
What are you looking at
I'm
in my
trying to answer
car?
all your
Look at
questions.
this crazy random person looking in my car.
I've already identified myself. You already said I'm a police officer. I'm no longer a random person.
I'm
dude.
talking to the camera. Thank
So
you.
now, well, you've said it on camera that I'm not a
All right.
not a random person. You
Look at how
identified me
upset
as a
you're
police
getting.
officer.
Look at how upset you're getting. Be professional.
I am being professional.
All right.
It's that you are keep.
I don't need to be professional, buddy. It's not my job to be a police officer. I'm a private citizen.
So, CRI. Thank you very much.